Here are a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1. Timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2. Reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3. Insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4. Community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5. Transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6. Convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
We would like to invite you to become a DC Guardian. A Guardian is someone who supports us with a gift of $10 a month. And you will also receive a beautiful DC decal so you can post your support. And also you will get email updates for Guardians only. Plus special discounts on products and functions and conferences to come. Please click on the donate button on our eiobn.com website to support. Once again, on behalf of the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network, thank you.
Freedom is never free. It must be fought for America, the land of dream makers. Land of dream makers, oh America, where hearts soar high in the land of the free. Courage in our veins, we stand tall. For justice and liberty we give our all. America, the land of dream makers. Land of dream makers, oh America, where dreams take flight in the land of the free. United we stand, divided we fall. In the land of opportunity, we heed the call. Land of dream makers, oh America, where hope shines bright in the land of the free. Land of dream makers, oh America, where hope shines bright in the land of the free.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance.
Every generation stands on the shoulders of the generation that went before. And so you see farther because you're standing taller than we did and can look farther But at least give us the credit that you're seeing farther because you're standing on our shoulders. We don't have inflation because the people are living too well. We have inflation because the government is living too well.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed and to which we are committed today at home and around the world.
If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. And always have the courage to be yourself.
right, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We're live. Good deal. Hope everyone's having a great day today. We got a lot going on in the country. A lot to talk about. And let's see if we can get going here. Let's see if we can pull up the chat here. Hopefully everybody can hear that there's no problems. Let's see. Good evening, DC from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Let's see what else we got in here. Western Kentucky, Peoria, Illinois, Washington State in here, Arkansas in here, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Ardmore, Pennsylvania. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tiger68. Good evening to you, Ethel. Live from Oak, Florida. All right, Live Oak, Florida. I'm sorry. Well, after the storm, absolutely, that storm was killer with everybody. Jupiter, Florida in the house. Hey, DC from Pam in Lenore City, Tennessee. Kansas loves some DC. Awesome. Hello, Patriots from Ohio. Hey, DC from Bedford, Virginia, checking in. Oklahoma in the house. Stewart, Virginia in the house. Wallace, North Carolina in the house. Patriot. Butler, Pennsylvania. Hey, DC, how's it going, brother? Doing good. Sherman. M.S. Sherman. DC from Alabama in the house. Alabama football and Trump. Absolutely. Let's see. God bless you from Northern Michigan. Hello, Patriot from Olive Branch, Mississippi. Hello to you. Western North Carolina got smacked hard with the hurricane. Absolutely. Still no power. Wow. Yeah, I know it's pretty brutal out there right now. But help is coming. Columbus, Georgia in the house. Fairhaven, Massachusetts. We think you're awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Austin mother-daughter duo watching on the big screen tonight. Awesome sauce, guys. Awesome sauce. Let's see, I already took it down. Oh, wait. I had something I was going to put up here, but it's already gone. But thank you so much for watching on the big screen. Pretty soon, you actually will be working on some other stuff to have a lot of good video content coming up with, like, a lot. Like having our own station kind of a thing. Comes Georgia. I see, hello, DC from Terre Haute, Indiana. Terre Haute, Indiana. Where is it? Isn't that where, what's his name? He was a big-time radio guy. I love his stuff. Gene Shepard. I believe he's around there or somewhere from there. Tyler, Texas. In the house. Good evening, DC from West Tennessee. Coastal North Carolina. The awakening is so close. You better believe it. Sydney, Ohio in the house. God bless the USA. Amen. Praying for the infected by the storms. Absolutely. Hello from Oklahoma. Good to see everyone. Let's see here. Northern Virginia in the house. God bless everyone. Happy Sunday from Washington State. What have we got in here? Look forward to hearing from you, DC. Central Georgia in the house. Howdy from Meat, Louisiana. Glad you're back. Awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, DC, Steve and Susan listening from Howell, Michigan. Thank you so much for listening, guys. What's up, brother, from Cameron, Kentucky. Jeep Girl from Dallas, Georgia. Hello, DC, from Netherlands, Texas. Dalton, Georgia in the house. Not sure how much people can stand enough of this. Enough people keep dying, right? There's a lot going on. Let's see here. Greenville, Michigan. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this up. Western North Carolina in there. Kentucky in the house. ADC from Palestine, Texas. Hello from Hamilton, Mississippi. Hope you're safe. Absolutely. I hope everybody is safe out there, especially in your hard-hit areas. It's crazy. Butler, Georgia in the house. Hello from Arkansas. Let's get this already started. Prayers for our victim. Absolutely. ODC from Yukon, Oklahoma. Raleigh, North Carolina by RC and EC. Thank you so much, guys. Faithful listeners there. Your breath of fresh air, DC. And love that you tell it like it is. Montgomery, Texas. Well, that's the only way to do it, right? Rip the Band-Aid off as quick, or the Band-Aid off. And if there's a scab, yank that sucker off and put some salt on it. Make it go away quick. Hey, everyone. Hello, everyone from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Central Texas here. Madison, Alabama. Richmond, Virginia. Thank you, DC, from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thank you so much for listening. Hello, DC, from Gainesville, Texas again. Xenia, Ohio. Hello from another Terre Haute, Indiana. Central Kentucky. California here. Central Missouri in the house. South Georgia checking in. Middlesex, Virginia in there. So we can find this there. Titusville, Pennsylvania. Watching from Vancouver, Canada. Hey, DC. Hello, Jackie 075. Happy Sunday, DC, and Carol from Beaufort, Georgia. All right. Soggy, Tennessee in the house. Wirtz, Virginia. Hello. Hot Springs, Arkansas in here. Good deal. Greetings from Southern Ohio. Please, everyone, keep the victims in. Absolutely. Hey, DC, from Boyertown, Pennsylvania. Buchanan, Tennessee. Stockbridge, Georgia in the house. Seems other truthers are very silent right now. We'll see. Everybody's about to get the world shook for them, I think. Howdy from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Michigan in the house. Vernon, Connecticut. My bad. Let's see here. Hey there, another Patriot from Butler, Patriot. Awesome. Greenville, Michigan in the house. Thank you so much. Denver, Colorado up in the house. Alma, Michigan. Ozark, Alabama. Chesapeake, Virginia. Hello from Phil and Ginger, Georgia. Beaverton, Oregon in the house. Dalton, Georgia, back in there again. Good evening from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Watching on the big screen. Awesome sauce. Hey from Florida. Love you, DC. Thank you so much. Love you back. So glad to get you live. Hello from Michigan. Thank you so much for tuning in there, Felicia. Texas in the house, South Carolina in the house, another Abilene, Texas in the house. Hello from Ohio. Prayers for all. Absolutely. Hot Springs, Arkansas in there. Thank you so much for you Patriots. Denver, Colorado. Fredericksburg, Texas in the house. Noblesville, Indiana. ×2 in here. Let's hook up a line detector. Yeah, absolutely. Dayton, Ohio saying hello and God bless. Thank you so much. Hello from Iowa. Indiana. See, hello from North Carolina coast. Do you think the dudes on the use dudes on here? Yeah. I think there's a lot. We're actually going to talk about this here in a second, but the storm. Frankfort, Kentucky, listening while babysitting my grandson in Ardmore, Pennsylvania tonight. Love you, brother. Thank you so much. Take care of that kid. Hey from Pennsylvania. Hello from Denham Springs, Louisiana. Saints girl. Thank you so much for tuning in. Howdy from College Station, Texas. Hobbs, New Mexico. South Carolina in house. Breakfast for dinner. And DC. Let's go. That's right. Let's rock that thing. Arkansas in the house. Midway, Texas in house. This is DC. Please respect. Absolutely. York, Pennsylvania. Carson City, Michigan. Beaverton, Oregon. DJ and Doug from Munfordville, Kentucky. Thank you so much for tuning in. Turn Michigan red. Yeah. Yep. Let's see here. The River, South Carolina is very close to. Yeah, everybody needs to stay safe. We got Kenai, Alaska. ADC, stay safe, y'all, from Mississippi. Frankton, Indiana. And Augusta, Arkansas, I guess. Arkansas. There we go. All right. I think we're all good there. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. It is Sunday night. I'm normally not on Sundays, but it's because tomorrow I will be out. And just want to make sure everybody gets their fix, right? Get their DC fix. Just kidding. We do have a ton to talk about here. We got we just got a bunch going on. A couple of you have sent me some things to my email, and I was actually already going to talk about them, but that's good. The first thing I want to talk about is, well, let's see here. Sorry about that. My chat's still moving. I just saw it here. I don't want anybody to feel like they're left out here. Do you think the hurricanes are manipulated to prevent the voting? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk. I got some good stuff on that. A lot of people that don't believe in cloud seeding and all that stuff. We'll talk about it. Kickapoo, Illinois. Hello from Michigan. Madison, Mississippi. All right. Let's see here. Hello, DC from Missouri in house. Good deal. Pam from San Antonio, Texas, and Springtown, Texas. Hopefully I didn't move anybody, miss anybody. So anyways, I'm going to turn my eyes away from the chat so I can actually stay focused, because I'm like a rabbit, or not a rabbit, but a squirrel sometimes. And get all wound up and then happen to look over to the chat and go, hey, there we go. Anyway, so this storm, let's talk about this storm. Many do believe in, chemtrails. Okay. I am a 100 believer, 100% believe, seen it for a fact, know for a fact that they spray the atmosphere. They do it. And here's the thing, there is plenty of people that are just so diehard, that want to be, I want to make sure I'm not being lied to or whatever. There is plenty of videos out there to 100% show you what goes on and how, even the process of how they do it. Every bit of that. The process of how they seed the clouds, the process of it all. To the point that it's kind of null and void for people to sit back and go, it ain't happening. Because it happens. It happens on a daily basis. It just happens. And by them doing that, there is sometimes that I can look at the clouds. I took a picture of the clouds a couple of weeks ago, and it was just like a checkerboard up there, but it was real skinny lines. And within an hour and a half, these lines, skinny lines, turned to great big, wide, long lines. And then a couple hours later, these were gigantic clouds up in the sky. And it's nothing new to try to spray things from the air. It's nothing new. Thank you so much, Candace, and Pennsylvania, Red Line, Pennsylvania. And why are some truthers told not to speak and not to share intel, but you are? Well, because I have the balls to do it. That's why. I don't care what they say. I mean, I really don't. I don't, and I know a lot of people that aren't gonna really mess with me. So, anywho, the storm. You can call it whatever you want. I am going to call it out right now for 100% what it actually is. Okay? And what it is has been man-made. I don't care. Now, and I know somebody will be blasting my email. Can't believe you'd say that. Well, I'm saying it. So just get over it, because we've known for years that you've had HAARP. HAARP, does the cloud thing, puts the clouds out. Within probably 20 minutes of HAARP, actually, HAARP, if I think it's what it is. But anyways, if you go look them up, you'll see. It's a legitimate thing. Legitimate. It's been in practice since probably the 60s, maybe earlier than that. And technology continues to move. Here's the thing. If you don't think that they can control things by sound waves, you're crazy. Because even in new cancer treatments, tumors, all these things, they can go in with sound waves. The same with someone with kidney stones, okay? Someone has kidney stones. They can go in there and through sound waves break up those kidney stones to where they can be passed without hurting the person. It couldn't have been done 50 years ago, but over time, they have sharpened their skills and sharpened the technology to make it work. Because even sound waves cause things to happen. It's no different than you listening to a song. If I started out this show playing a drag out song and make you all depressed, the rest of the show would be you absolutely depressed. That's how that works. But we start out the show with something decent and more upbeat, and you're like, okay, man, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to pump you up to where you're ready to hear what's going to be told, because you're not going to hear this anywhere else. Because everybody else just wants to fluff your butt and not tell you the truth, and I will tell you the truth. So these clouds, you have to understand, this storm does multiple things. Not only does it hit the economy, I've got the map sitting in front of me right now. Let me pull it up here. Look at it. The path of this storm. Here's the thing. The storm is, this is what's amazing. That storm was coming on the inside of Florida, and then for somehow, some way, it goes up, hits Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. It goes all the way up and wreaks havoc everywhere. It is absolutely 100%. When Katrina happened, I flat out said back then, this was a government thing. It's a government thing. The government has had their hand in this. 100%. And several people, oh, there's no way. Yes, there is. If we can take a beam from a satellite, shoot it down to your home or wherever you're at, in your house, excuse me, in your house, be able to tell you how many people's in the house, what they look like, whether they're sleeping or not, whether you're watching TV, what you're talking about, without even being in your house. And that was 30 years ago. Technology's a whole lot better nowadays, guys. I'm reading here, sorry. But it's been on for years. And when Katrina happened, same thing. This was a controlled storm. And here's the thing, guys. There's 3 other storms out there right now. It's brewing up. 3 more. And what we're going to talk about here in a second is really going to ring home with you, because you've got this storm that goes up through all these states and wreaks havoc. Wreaks all kinds of havoc. We're talking highways gone. Trapping people. people stuck on the interstate that ain't gonna be, that they're saying now it's going to be the 5th of October before there's even any kind of help to get through there. Absolutely ridiculous. This would never have happened underneath the Donald Trump presidency. Never would have happened. Yeah, the storm probably could have come through, whatever. I'm talking about rescuing people. Joe Biden's bag ass should have been up and out, along with that Indian, African American, where the hell she wants to call herself, being out there trying to find out what's going on and make sure these people had help. I'd be sending the National Guard in there to go in there and make sure people had gas and food and water, because they're stranded on the interstates. There's people that are just stranded in their homes. It is a huge mess that's going on. And it's times like now that we need leaders or a leader to lead the country. But meanwhile, we don't know where they're at, because they're all out doing their own thing. Don't know where they're at. They're, unaccounted for, and not only unaccounted for, but just don't even give a speech or anything. Hey, we're sending help to you. This is what I would do if I was in a neighboring state. I would not even wait on Joe Biden or anybody to tell me this. As the governor of Tennessee, the governor of Ohio, and the governor of, I don't know, wherever else is around that they can get to, I would activate my National Guard to get their ass out there and make sure people are taken care of. It is not about, well, their state has to do that. No, it's about the human being. And people, it's amazing that people won't lift a hand to do anything for these people right now. They won't. But boy, you let the Democratic Party come in your town and you put up portable abortion clinics, and everybody riots and everything else. Trump is planning a trip to North Carolina. Good. And he does. That's a presidential thing. He should go. But prior to him going, some other states should step it up. Step it up and say, you know what? We're going to make sure that our fellow brethren, the family, his family and his children, or whatever it may be, are not starving to death, or are not sitting on the side of the highway where it's just hot and don't have any kind of water or food, or that ran out of gas, all that. And the amazing thing is this is the real nutcracker in this whole thing, is that every one of these states that this storm has hit and did so much damage is Republican states. How do you feel about that one? Oh, but it's an act of God. No, it's not. It is not an act of God. What you witnessed was controlled weather going through wherever they wanted it to, because the normal way for a storm would not have been to just bear off and go. It's amazing that they were saying that people was going to be in their home. People that were stuck there in the storms need to write their names to their arms and their social security number and their next of kin and a phone number and all this other stuff. And the storm doesn't do all that. It goes into a different area and knocks the crap out of everybody. And not only that, it goes and it opens up underground. Here we go. Underground waterways and underground tunnels and demolishes them all. I'm not saying that the storm was sent to demolish that. I'm just saying it has a way of pulling things out. But if you gotta understand that we are looking at 3 more storms, and everybody just had the wind kicked out of them. Like majorly. And I saw something. I'm going to play it for you here in just a second. But not only the chemtrails, but seeding the clouds to where if you have so much in them, you ever seen a cloud burst and all the water coming out of it? Imagine that on absolutely astronomical sizes, because it's what happened. Chemtrails are real. I'm going to play this, and I want you to listen to this lady. She's very smart in what she's saying here.
I've all heard of chemtrails and cloud seeding, but what you may not know.
Sorry, I'm going to turn it up for you here. Cut me some slack. It's Sunday night, right?
And cloud seeding, but what you may not.
Here we go. One more time.
I've all heard of chemtrails and cloud seeding, but what you may not know. Okay, is that they have approved in 4 Southern California areas, one being Orange County right above our heads, to do ground-based cloud seeding, which is a mix of acetone, yes, paint thinner, and silver iodide, which...
Before we go any further, now California has this, but other states have this too. And these are what they call ground seeding. These are big, they look like big, huge power plants. Power plants. And these power plants have like these big things with like antennas on it and yada, yada, yada. But anyway, we'll go.
Is what they would typically use in cloud seeding, and it's been going on for a while, and that is toxic too. But the mix of those two is a 4-year trial process in these 4 Southern California areas. So basically those chemicals raining down on us, getting in our food or water, on our kids playing. The company that's spearheading this is called the Santa Ana Watershed Project. They're also known as SAPA. I will put their info on the next few slides. So if you feel strongly like I do, please contact them. There's other states that are pushing back and saying no on this. They don't want these chemicals coming down from our sky. And the slides that I'm going to show are directly off their website. This is not a secret. You could Google what's in cloud seeding and what it does.
Okay. There are generators. There's I don't have the links in front of me, but there's one. You just need to look it up. You'll see it. And for those of you that want to know, well, man, gosh, do I have it in my state? I mean, these cloud generators are like the size of like 2 hot water tanks. That's the small ones. And that's the solution of silver iodine and acetone. Oh, nothing bad could come from that, right? We're just not going to be breathing it. Just acetone and silver iodine, right? Sometimes when these planes come over and do this, now I know that there's certain states that their governors are finally signing laws saying, hey, executive orders saying, hey, don't come over our area and seed our people. Because I believe this is the conspiracy theorist in me, right? I believe COVID was dropped from air down. I really do. And every time I see these planes, it'll start to rain. And then everybody gets sick. Oh, I've got this. It's cause the rain. No, it's what you've been breathing in the rain. Or you've walked out in the rain. You've been in the rain. My dad worked at a plant one time. When I was a kid, my dad was a chemical engineer. And when I was a kid, he would talk about it because they did contracts for a company that was out of Germany. And Germany, this company had multiple places in the United States: New Jersey, California, West Virginia, a couple other places. And what they would do is they make chemicals, all these different things. And they would go into products. And some of them were put in just liquids and would be shipped out. And reason why I'm saying this is because one year we had a really bad snow. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed that your weather people get up and say, hey, we're going to have a sunny day tomorrow, 95 degrees, yada, yada, yada. And then you wake up and it's pouring rain. And the weather people's going, well, I don't know where this storm popped up at, but it just popped up. That's because it's being controlled. I know some of you are like totally lost right now. And like, I cannot believe that DC's even talking about this. This is just nutty. This is crazy. Nah, it's not too crazy. But what happened was we had this really bad storm, snow. And my dad, he was just like, hey, DC, you know what's crazy? And I was like, what's that, Daddy? we weren't supposed to get any snow. He says, but they seeded our clouds. Now we're talking in the late 80s, early 90s. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, Dad. Huh. You know, because I'm a dummy. I'm a kid. It's like, whatever. But my dad, he's the chemical engineer, right? And after that snow, we're just glad we didn't have any school. After that snow, it starts coming off. It starts melting. A couple days later, everybody's paint starts coming off their daggone cars. Started coming off. Bubbling up. Clear coats coming off. I mean, my dad had a brand new Cadillac. Red Cadillac. Loved that thing. Babied that thing. About cried his eyes out when the clear coat started coming off of it. Because he knew what it was. It's been going on for years. The thing is this. It's not good for your lungs. And they know that. But if you're wondering, hey, I wonder if I have any of these places in it. Well, I'm going to tell you where they are at. The cloud seeding programs, they occur worldwide in the western United States, and state and agency supported efforts across California, Nevada, Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, North Dakota, Utah, and Idaho. There you go. There's where it comes from. Comes from those places right there. Where it comes from. Just to let you know, how does this really, really hurt us? Say we're out there and they're seeding the clouds and we have a bad storm, we have always bad, and I go out and I'm just playing in the rain like I was when I was 10 years old, you know, jumping in the mud puddles, pretending like I was swimming and doing all this other crap. Well, the silver iodide that goes in that can cause temporary incapacitation or possible residual injury to humans and other mammals with intense chronic exposure. Which means this: it can kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it can get in your lungs and cause you to have sickness. And that sickness can let bacteria come in. And then when bacteria comes in, it turns into something else and something else. The next thing you know, hey, Billy's got pneumonia. He's got pneumonia over there. And all it's cause he's out there playing in the rain like he was 10 years old out there playing in the mud puddle. The mud puddle had nothing to do with it. The chemicals in did. That's why you don't go out and eat the snow anymore, remember? It used to be a joke about that. Don't eat the yellow snow, guys. Don't eat the snow at all. You can, those of you that are in states that's going to snow, you know, this winter, when it snows real good, grab you a bunch of snow. Take it inside and boil it. Or just let it sit, just let it thaw out. And then look at all the garbage that's in there. I see chemtrails over Michigan all the time. Absolutely. And that's why I've been saying for months, know your people that are running for office. Know the questions that really matter. Know it. Because if you go to them and ask them, let me tell you this. If you go to them and say, hey, how do you feel about cloud seeding? And they go, oh, you're crazy. All right, you just lost my vote. First of all, don't insult me. Don't insult me. And then second, it's important to me. It's amazing the people that will laugh at you and say you're crazy for this will be the same ones that go, save the trees. Hug the trees. They need your attention. Some snow melts like plastic. Absolutely it does. And a lot of it has black stuff in it. And here's the thing is if you want to know how bad it is, silver iodide itself is so extremely toxic that it can, if it sits upon your skin and is there for a good while, it causes severe burns. That's if it comes in direct contact. Inhaling it, get in here, it can be fatal. Just by inhaling it can cause you to have, blisters in your lungs, cause pneumonia, cancer, all that. It exists. It completely exists. And not like we didn't have anything else to worry about, but today in Conyers, Georgia, they had the biolab that exploded. The biolab had exploded, and everybody's, well, shelter in place or either get out, all this other stuff. That's the last thing we need, because you got this other storm coming in. You got a biolab that's exploding. You got it flying up in the air. It's got to go somewhere, so it moves amongst the jet stream, right? It's got to land somewhere. Just don't vapor up like a fart in the wind and gone. It lands somewhere. But then you got a storm coming. It's going to bring a little bit of rain. And what's that going to do? Shove it straight down. I'm telling you something here. This is your Conspiracy Sunday Night Live. It's Conspiracy Sunday Night Live with DC. That's right. Because it's amazing we're going to see these storms jacking up in the next week and a half. And then they're saying there's another storm popping up out there, but it's going to be like 2 weeks away. How in the hell do they know it's going to be popping up in 2 weeks? Answer me that. Because it's controlled. It's controlled. Yeah, same stuff in vaping. Absolutely. Look at the crap that's in that stuff. Oh, but it's safer than a cigarette. Give me a break. Carry it down. Tennessee governor signed. Tennessee did sign that. Tennessee did sign that. Your governor, thank God he did, to where it's against all regulations for them to do any kind of chemtrails like that. It's not saying that they're obeying by it, because they always go, oh, we had an accident. But just so you know, as of yesterday, the lines in North Carolina were miles and miles long of people broken down or out of gas. Okay. Today, in Georgia, you have all that going down. You have gas stations going down. You have grocery stores not coming up, because guess what? There is no electricity there right now. Not in Georgia. Talking about in the other states. So people are being stranded with little of nothing with them. But everybody will raise so many helmets and hats and wave their arms and scream and cry, oh, United Nations is here next week or last week, and we all went there, and FEMA, oh my God, if something happens, FEMA's going. Where is FEMA right now? I'll tell you where FEMA is. FEMA is sitting somewhere with their thumb up their ass doing nothing. That's where they're at. Can I tell you something? We as American people have to bail the American people out from here on out. We have to stop depending upon the government, because you know what? When Donald Trump came in, he says, I am giving power back to the people. The people must step up to the plate and take care of business, because the government will not. And then if they do, there's some sort of twisted way that they do something with, and they got to screw everybody out of everything and hurt somebody, or people come up missing, all kinds of goofy stuff. All kinds of stupid stuff. We the people must rescue we the people. Praise God, hallelujah, on a Sunday. That's right. We got to step up. The guy that I played the other day, Pissed Off Nation. I love that guy. His video, he says, listen, I'm not waiting on FEMA. I'm not waiting on nobody. I got a pickup truck, got a trailer, I've got cans and cans I can put gasoline in. I've got 1,000 gallon drum thing. It's got fresh water I can put in it. And I got a trailer. I'll drag it out there, and we'll make sure these people have food and water and try to give them some gas. That's called the American way. Oh, but meanwhile, we got migrants bitching and griping in New York because they don't like the food in the shelter. And we went, oh, well, let's be sure that we wipe the migrants' ass, because if not, they're not going to like it. Because if they do it themselves, they're not going to like our toilet paper. Really? FEMA's waiting on their orders from the controllers. Absolutely. I say screw FEMA, and American people need to go bail out the American people. You have people that have helicopters, private helicopters that have been flying in today and helping people and rescuing people. That's how it's done. When we, the American people, say, you know what, to hell with FEMA, we don't want them anymore. We're going to take care of business ourselves, and we're going to make sure that we save ourselves and the American people. We no longer need you. We can only put them out of business if we take over what they've been doing. Stop depending upon them. Stop depending upon them. I get so ticked off over how things go, as if you can't understand now, right? By listening to me. FEMA will rob you blind. You're daggone right they will. And if you think FEMA's your friend, they're not. They have thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of vans waiting for the right moment. And someone says, oh, they're waiting to come and pick us up. No, Cajun Navy. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. FEMA's corrupt. Yeah. But they got these vans. And they was like, well, these vans are going to come round us up. No, they're not. No, they're not. Those white vans ain't for us. Those are for the blue helmets. When we realize that the Gestapo still exists and it is the government and also in FEMA, we stop submitting ourselves to them. FEMA comes in your hometown. You say, listen, pack your shit up and get out. We don't need you anymore. We take care of our own people. Because if you come in, you have to delegate and here's the thing. All you do is come in here and you do all this. You ration stuff to us. You make sure you tell us what we can eat and what we can't eat. You tell us what we're going to get and not get. But you guys are going to sit there and rob the system with your freaking paychecks. Now that boils my blood. Sure does. You ought to see DC right now. Well, you probably shouldn't. Oh, God. I get so fired up over that stuff. Drives me nuts. Roll out the red carpet for FEMA. You know how you do that? Have a sign there say, hey, good to see you. It's time for you to leave. Because we, the American people, don't need your stuff. Because when you accept their help and you accept their stuff, then you are obligated to submit to that. I would much rather have to go out and kill a bunch of squirrels or whatever else to survive on than take freaking food from FEMA. Absolutely. I wouldn't do it. But meanwhile, we got 3 more storms coming in. 3 more. And I can guarantee, and the one storm now they're saying, oh, it ain't going to come inland towards Louisiana. It's going to hit up the coast. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Boy, that's just really bright news for us, right? But we got one in 2 weeks that's about to pop up too. Really? Unreal. Unbelievable. Look what happened in Hawaii. Absolutely. Look what happened in Hawaii. Killed people over there because they wanted to try some stupid lasers. Oh, it's not real. Go to bed. Go to bed. DC, you're just making us fear. No, I'm not. I'm trying to get your head out of your butt. That's what I'm trying to do. I heard that over 50 18-wheelers are headed with supplies. They had their tires slashed. Ain't that ironic? Had them slashed. Kelly Berry is headed to Tennessee this evening. Okay. Good deal. And you need to tell Kelly Brady, whoever talks to her, you need to tell her she needs to contact me. As I'm trying to get this thing together where we can do an event in Nashville together. I'd like to have her there. And also be putting one on probably around the Baton Rouge area pretty soon. I'm working on plans and all these things. And trust me, if DC does it, it ain't gonna be it'll be freaking wired. It'll be awesome. DC I've tried. Yeah, I know, me too. But whatever. We just move on to greater heights. Houses with the blue roofs didn't burn. That's exactly right, because the blue reflected off the lasers that started the fires. Isn't it amazing that Oprah went unscathed? All those, seriously, went unscathed. Her properties. You see, I will be at Brad's house from Friday. Come join us. I'd love to. But I don't crash parties. If I'm invited, I'll go, but I don't crash parties. Yeah, it just, anyways. So, and not only that, so you got FEMA that's going to come in and they're going to make sure that everyone gets their water, their bottle of water, and whatever else they want to do. Whatever. So, anyways, meanwhile, you got this going off in Georgia. Yeah, you got this plant, and I've seen all, and doesn't it make it the biolab? Someone said, well, it's not a biolab. It's a chemical plant for pole chemicals. Okay. What do you think pole chemicals are? It's chemicals. Comes from a biolab. Good educated people there. Anyway. Also, this is actually the second one is from the same company that had this problem in 2004. I believe there does need to be a major investigation. I believe there needs to be a major investigation of why this plant has had multiple issues. That's the first thing. It blows me away. But you got that going on, and then not only that, you've got in California, you've got the truckers that are parked. I'm talking thousands of miles, not thousands of miles, hundreds of miles of trucks that are starting to pull over and lock themselves down. And then you got the other truckers, 40, 50 of them trying to get stuff to rescue with these people, bring resources, and their tires are slashed. Y'all know DC, right? You know how I told y'all stories several times about how I would protect my parents and things like that. I'll tell you a little story about today. Wake up, I'm doing my thing, and when I'm around, I go and get my mom for church. I always get her, pick her up, bring her there. I go to pick her up. She's handicapped, right? Some daggone person had stolen her wheelchair. Stole the wheelchair. She had a brand new wheelchair. Somebody stole her wheelchair. I'm already in a rough mood. Let me just say that. So I'm having to hear my mom. I'm like, who did it? Well, where she lives, there's a bunch of people that refuse to work, that live under a bridge and live in bushes, and they all, the guys that stand. I'm not knocking them if they're truly disabled, but there's things they can do. But they'll stand on the road, we'll work for food, all that stuff. And so, man, I was fired up. I mean, I told my mom, I said, I hope to God we don't find that wheelchair, because I'll take your aluminum cane and I'll beat the shit out of them. And I'll throw them right out of the wheelchair right in the middle of the street. I don't care. I'm so mad. I'm driving around, don't find it. But I sure enough see one of those guys. Let's just call him Jimmy. Oh, there's Jimmy. She knows him by name. There's Jimmy. What are you doing, DC? I'll be right back. And I jump out of my car and I walk up from a good little ways where he's at and say, hey, Jimmy, yes, sir? My mom down here? Oh, yeah, she's so sweet. I said, one of your friends stole her wheelchair. Oh, gosh, it wasn't me. Oh, Lord, it wasn't me. Well, you know what's going to happen, Jimmy, right? Oh, yes, sir. Oh, gosh, yes, sir. I know what's going to happen. I know. Let me see if I can find it. I said, I'll tell you what, it'd be better that it just reappear back on her front porch than me find them in the chair. Because you spread the word. Spread the word amongst your nation here, your homeless nation, that if DC finds them sitting in the wheelchair, I'm yanking their butt out of that chair and they're going right down the middle of the street. Get her out of there. I've been trying to get her out of there. And you think that's bad? Shoot. It's 100 degrees here, and they came and stole her air conditioners out of her windows while she's sleeping. Yeah. And then come up to her and say, yeah, we got them. We sold them. But, you know, DC, how I handled it. And I mean, I really handled it. But you got all that going on. There's so many things going on in the nation and even in our own lives. I mean, we got so much chaos right now. It's easy to lose sight of everything that's going on because of everything. So, yeah, how wicked, you better believe it. But you got all this going on. You got the truckers, you got all this. And then now we got the potential port strikes. It's going to be Tuesday if there's not a deal. And the ports are Texas, Louisiana. You got Mobile, Alabama. You got Florida. You got Houston, New Orleans, Mobile, Tampa, Miami, Jacksonville, Savannah, Charleston, South Carolina, Wilmington, Hampton Roads, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. You better hope and pray a deal's made. Because if not, that means it all comes to a halt. It all comes to a halt. You ever have one of those friends that, one of my friends just sent me something. You ever have one of those friends, one of those people you know that they'll come in 2 weeks later and go, hey, have you heard the news? Joe Biden stepped down. They're always a day late, dollar short. I have two friends like that. Send stuff that's like outdated 6 years. Yeah, no food in stores. Yeah. And here's what I'm going to tell you today. I mean, did I not already tell you, get stuff up for at least a couple of days, but if you don't use it, eat it and replenish it a week later or 2 weeks later. It's not that you're being dumb and being paranoid, but you're being prepared. We don't know what's going to happen because I can guarantee you this. If they come out Tuesday and say there was no deal done, and because there's no deal done, you better have some stuff on hand. And I'm not playing. Because it's going to be hard on everybody. Because here's the thing, even if they did a strike and they were out for a day or two, no, it's just a day or two, no big deal. You know how quick your stuff can get out of there in one day when everybody panics and thinks something bad's going to happen? Really quick. And not only that, it's still going to take them a day or two, maybe 3, to get fresh stuff and bring it to your area. DC, do you know anything about October 1st? We're supposed to flip the switch and go back there. I don't know who was going to flip that switch. That's the first thing I've heard of that. I mean, I've heard multiple things about that. But everybody, honestly, that I've heard say things has not really, you know, they've, and I say this all the time, if someone gives you a bunch of dates that never take place, stop listening to them. I'm not saying whoever you're listening to has done that. I'm just saying me as a person. I haven't seen, tell them here in Oklahoma it's going to snow in 2 weeks. Wow. So I'm not sure about all of that. I'll research on that for you. But you got all these ports, all these things could possibly close down. If it closes down, it is going to squeeze America. And so step back now. Step back. Away from everything and listen to me. You've got Trump Kamala. First you had Trump Biden. Now you got Trump Kamala. And then you got migrants eating dogs and cats. They eating the dogs. They eating the cats. They eating, you know, that deal. Everybody laughed it off, yada, yada, yada. And before all that, we had all the migrants, all these people come across the border. And everybody's like, oh, it's no big deal. They're just coming over here because they want work. And now the Department of Justice is saying, hey, wait a minute. We have at least 98 terrorists, known terrorists. Hear me loud. We have at least almost 100 known terrorists that are residing in America, and we don't know where the hell they are. We don't know where they're at. They're gone. But everybody was saying, oh gosh, y'all just so mean to these people. All they want to do is come get an education. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? And 18 million illegals later, absolutely. And people are just now getting concerned. Isn't it amazing that those conspiracy theorists, have been griping about this, and now, it's actually happening. It's unbelievable. Sleeper cells, daggone right we do. I can guarantee we got those sitting in America right now. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee you. Waiting for the moment to be told go. Or waka waka ha, or whatever the heck they talk like. You know what? You're exactly right. Our education isn't worth much these days. Absolutely. I told the story last week about the dude. I started talking with some U.S. Marshals. This guy walks up and goes, "What time is it?" He goes, "Well, you got a watch on you." He goes, "Oh, I know." He goes, "Well, look and see what time." He goes, "Well, we weren't taught that in school." It's like, Jesus, where were your kids? Or where was your parents at? Yeah, about the same deals these days. But we got all these potential port strikes, and that right there is going to squeeze us a little bit. It's just going to. You got, like I said, and you got all that going on. You had the Democratic Party that was doing their thing. Let's see here. She said, invitations of Brad's thing. She said that she tried to tell you in a chat. And you're like, okay, I didn't see anything, but yeah, it's fine. North Star coming. Open question. Y'all try to bait me now. Some of y'all are trying to bait me. Sorry. Somebody asked a question that just, kind of baits you a little bit. I'll answer that here in a second. But we just have all this that's happening. You've got the election stuff. You just have so much. Everybody's worried about the election. Isn't it amazing that if they can't get your eyes off an election, of what's happening, that they actually, will just be like, okay, we got a storm here. Let's see what that. And I know some will be like, oh, that's just absolutely crazy. That's just not true. Just crazy. That's just insane to think that stuff. It's not. I haven't touched on it, but yes, Operation North Star. That answer is yes. Let's see here. If you don't know what Operation North Star is, you can look at it. Even though parts were saying it was closed down, it was not. Because, yes, you're exactly right. The Marshals Service arrested over 3,400 fugitives in Operation North Star. We're doing as much as possible in Knoxville. Maybe people can help. All right. You just answered the question. Yep. With they will shut the ports down and put the people in line. Yeah, it will. And here's the thing. If they know that that's the way to control people, you can fully expect that that's what they would do to shut the ports down. You got the Diddy crap. You got even more stuff coming out on that. That's just absolutely just mind-boggling. You got lawsuits filed against Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and the Department of Justice for refusing to turn over records relating to illicit prosecutors of President Trump. FOIA does all that, right? Should be. It should be. FOIA should actually give everything. freedom of information. But freedom of information depends on who wants to give you that freedom, and who wants to give you that freedom, and who wants to believe the same way you do, I guess. I don't know. I don't always agree with it, but I like watching sometimes these videos of these auditors that go into like police departments or go into city halls, and because it is not private property, it's public property. Okay. And it's a shame that, it's a shame, but at the same time, it doesn't surprise me that a lot of law enforcement doesn't realize what is public and what is private. And they are public servants, not private servants. And then also that they don't know the law. They don't know the law. They don't even know the amendments. They don't even know the Constitution. I know the Constitution. I'm actually working on it now, having a little Constitution book. It's made and has some good points in it that I've put in there, but it's got a Constitution, breaks it down, and also the front of it is a DC Intel logo thing and all that stuff. It's really neat what I'm working on. But don't know the law, and you've got even Department of Justice that's refusing to turn things over. It's illegal. And it has to happen. And the reason why is because it has something to do with Fannie Willis. It's exactly why. But even that's going to break that's going to break itself out there. I'm going to play you this real quick here about the strike, and we'll touch on this here in just a second here.
Workers at major shipping ports along the East Coast. Thousands are set to hit the picket line this Tuesday. The International Longshoremen's Association ordering a strike after talks demanding fairer wages hit a standstill. News Nation's Caitlin Becker joins us live from Port Elizabeth, New Jersey. Caitlin, what are we learning here? Major developments since the last time we spoke?
Yeah, truly, Jesse. I was not expecting to hear this today. We're 36 hours before the deadline, and the ILA sent out a communication announcing that they're absolutely going to strike. They're going to walk off the job when their current contract expires. Now, it's a 6-year contract. Each of these contracts are 6 years, and the expiration date is midnight on Monday. So 12:01 Tuesday, these workers are going to walk off the job. There's going to be a full-on work stoppage up and down the East Coast and parts of the Gulf. Now, the ILA has not released any details specifically about exactly where these picket lines are going to be. They said that's going to come likely sometime tomorrow. However, they did note what the major issue was, and it really came down, Jesse, to wage stagnation. They said that the U.S. Maritime Alliance, that is who they're in talks with, or were in talks with, just wouldn't come to an agreement about what they called wage subjugation that they said had been happening for years. Now, I have to tell you that from the U.S. MX perspectives, they have said time and again that they were offering industry-leading wages, more than the 32%, which was the last hike that their West Coast counterparts got for their contract last year. But the ILA wanted a 77% wage hike, and they just couldn't come to an agreement. Now, these two groups haven't been at the negotiating table for months. These talks stalled back in June. So this is something, kind of an eventuality that we were all expecting. And the ILA president has said in the past that they've been planning for this for a year. So the impacts could be far-ranging, though, Jesse.
Can we talk about that? Because what we're referring to, just to make it clear for our audience, is essentially the entire East Coast. What is the impact on customers come Tuesday?
Could be pretty large. Probably Tuesday itself, we won't feel it, but the ripple effect, according to retail experts, are things that we could certainly feel. And you said pretty much the entire East Coast, and I actually want to read you the list of the 14 ports that are going to be impacted. They're, of course, the Port of New York and New Jersey, which is where I'm at right now, as well as the ports of Boston, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Norfolk, Wilmington, Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, Miami, Tampa, Mobile, New Orleans, and Houston. That's a massive massive number of huge, huge cities. And every single good you can think of flows in and out of these ports. So as I said, the ripple effect could be pretty large. We could be seeing increases in shipping costs, delays in shipments, this backlog that's gonna sit untouched, not being able to be loaded and unloaded, because that's specifically what we're talking about here, the loading and the unloading of these shipping containers. And one of the things that the union had a problem with was the thought that their jobs could be automated in the future. I think we're hearing that in a lot of different industries, and that's, of course, a sticking point here as well. Now, full automation is off the table. There is a current ban for that already, and the USMX said they're going to keep that. However, they wanted to negotiate semi-automation.
Okay. No to semi-automation and no to automation, full automation. No. We already have a hard enough time with the Mexicans and whoever else wants to come in here and take jobs, right? Why do we want robots doing it? Why do we want systems doing it? Because companies, tight-ass companies that don't want to spend money and pay people what they're worth. But there's a double side to that. A lot of companies don't really have a good pool to pull from. I'm getting back to this whole shutdown. I'm just making a point here. Because we have a generation of kids that are lazy, don't want to work, don't know the value of a dollar, don't know the value of sweating, learning how to do, you don't have to do just one trade all your life. You can do multiple trades. Can't tell time, so therefore they can't show up on time. Or if they just don't, I had to stand for 2 hours longer than what I thought it was, so I'm quitting my job. It's just too rough on me. Wow. Glad you're not fighting for our country. So I see the side of them wanting automation and all this other stuff, and that ain't what this whole thing was about. But she said it, and I jumped on it. Because I see their point of wanting to do things like that, because it's not because it's because of bad labor is what it is. I see why McDonald's started automating their crap, having all these stupid kiosks, which still suck, because they got all these people back there that are just weirdos. Just weirdos, man. Of course, who really wants to eat McDonald's anymore? And we'll get into that a different time on the food. But you got, like she said, you got the ports that could shut down, and it may not happen. You may not see the effect on Tuesday, but it will be a ripple effect, and that ripple effect will come down, and it will affect us. And we got that. Do you believe in 10 days of darkness in October? I do. I'll touch on it here in just a second. And laziness, you're daggone right. But you got all this going on. You got the storm, and it comes down to this with the storms. Every one of them, they're using HAARP, HAARP, to ensure that these storms become violent and devastating. And the crazy thing is this is the conspiracy theory in me, right? Is that it is so devastating to the largest Republican stronghold, especially in Florida. Think of that. Florida, Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Think about that. If we can destroy homes, destroy land, and ensure that we displace thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and then we can pretty much ensure that there's going to be a less little bit of participation in the presidential election in November. Oh yes, I'm dumb enough to believe that. Oh yes. And for those that go, you're nuts, you're crazy. You know what? You're the one that's still voting for Biden, for God's sake. And you're calling me crazy? Nope, I'm not. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy realist, right? And that's what I am. And, everything is not just, it's just goofy. It's unheard. No, it's unheard of. I love how the normies think we're crazy. Do zero. Absolutely. And yeah, absolutely. The same ones that say abortion's okay. Abortion, that is a woman's body, guys. Quit making laws on her where she can't take care of her body, right? That's her body to kill that baby. It's not even a real baby. It's just some water and tissue. The same nut jobs that say that shit are the same ones that turn around and go, oh my God, you hear about Becky? She got killed. Somebody murdered her and she was pregnant. That's a double homicide. A double homicide? But yet when it comes to the other stuff, it's about her rights. It's about Becky's rights. And if that's the case and we ever get to the place in history where it's completely Roe versus Wade is gone, and you know what I'm saying, and everybody's all out just killing their babies, then you know what? There's a lot of people that's in prison right now. A lot of people that's in prison that have to be let out for double homicide. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. We need to send them over there to the Whackville and the other countries that call them a mastermind. Anyway, I'm on a roll, ain't I? It's crazy. I've been going a while here. Anyway, I'm going to take a small little break and I'll be right back. Give me a drink.
Here are a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1. Timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2. Reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3. Insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4. Community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5. Transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6. Convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
You are listening to the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network.
Hey everybody, it's DC, and today I want to talk to you about Birch Gold Group. And we recently had some monumental news that no one else is actually talking about, and for the first time ever, the interest the U.S. pays on its debt surpassed every individual budget item except Social Security. And that's right. The U.S. Now spends more on interest than on national defense or even Medicare. And it's only getting worse as big government continues to spend recklessly. And that's why savvy Americans are turning to gold, and something not tied to the inflated dollar is what it is. And you too can can do this with the help of Birch Gold Group. And for over 20 years, Birch Gold Group has helped tens of thousands of Americans protect their retirement and savings by converting on IRA or the 401k into an IRA in gold. To learn more, go to birchgold.com/rumble, birchgold.com/rumble, and get a free, no obligation information kit on diversifying your retirement into a gold IRA. Birch Gold has earned a A+ rating with the BBB and thousands of happy customers. Protect your IRA or your 401k. If you want to do that, go to birchgold.com/rumble and get your free information kit on gold today. I wanted to say one thing here. On behalf of Rumble, I'm grateful for that, but I want to encourage you, the audience that's listening, to download the Rumble app. That way you get the notifications every time that we go live. And also when you do that, be sure you follow us, and it will help remind you, when we do go live. And also, the app is available everywhere for TV. It's available for TVs also. So make sure you download the Rumble app. Once you download it, you search for my channel, DC Intel. It'll pop up, and follow the channel directly on that app. This will make sure that you get a notification every time that we go live, and keeps you informed. And also, if you click on the link in the description or the pinned live chat to download the Rumble app, actually on your phone also, it's free to do that. And if you prefer to watch us on a big screen, which is pretty cool, we are also available now on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, Roku, LG, and Samsung TVs. All you need to do is just search for Rumble. Once you get that, download it, search for DC Live, and every time it'll be on your big screen. All right, we're back. Good drink of water. Let's see, vote in person. Yeah, I'm reading your chats here. Yeah, you want to vote in person. Let's see here, if you can. I know some people can't. Yeah, vote in person. I saw a video of people voting the last time, and when the people would pull in to vote, there was people standing out there with big old bags and saying, "We're collecting the votes. Those that have voted, we're bringing it in. We're collecting the votes." You tell them, no way. No way. If you don't take it, go in there and vote and watch them tally that thing with them not marking all over it and all that other stuff. If they're going, then it's going to be sidetracked. I will tell you this. That will probably, the voting day, that will probably be the longest show that we've ever done. My plan, as long as nothing happens, is to be kicking it up the whole time everybody's voting. And of course, except when I go vote. But anyway, but that way we can know what's going on. And anybody that says anything, hey, something going on, we can just blast it right out there. Make it known. Yeah, so sorry I had to play commercials, but we have to do that to stay afloat sometimes. If you're not a DC Guardian, I encourage you to come on board. It's very easy. It's cheap, $10 a month. And you'll receive their newsletters and such and whatever the commercial said. But anyways, it does help us do what we're doing. And we're making a difference. That's a great thing. I did have contact this week with the company that's working with us on the TV station. We will be probably next year for sure. It'll be a 24/7 hour. If you have Roku TV, you have Apple, anything, it'll be on everywhere. It'll be everywhere. You'll be able to download it, and you'll be able to get the raw, which you know I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but you will be getting the raw news of what's going on in America and the truth of what's going on, and good stuff. But anyway, that's what we're doing. We're just trying to do that, and that was because, and even last week when we were out of town, out on the road, everywhere, we was able to still do our broadcasts live from remote locations, and that's because of you that are listeners that support us, and we greatly appreciate it. So anyways, get on from that. Yeah, so voting. If you go to vote, make sure that you're not giving your vote to anybody. You take that thing, make sure that it gets where it needs to be. Don't let any shadiness go down. Okay, someone asked me, they had sent me an email. I want to know if I'd touch on it. P. Diddy. Rumors going around that P. Diddy is getting going to get 1 year in prison because he's ratting on everybody. That's not true. Diddy will never see normal daylight again. And when I'm saying that, yeah, he'll probably get a courtyard visit. He'll probably get all that stuff. But he's not coming out anytime soon, unless he's suicided or whatever you want to call it. It's just not going to happen. The feds are not, and I know this for a fact, the feds are not and will not be giving him any kind of a plea, no matter what the news may say. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. The evidence against him is it is massive. that he'll be in there for life times 2 or 3. But of course, everybody you see is a lawyer, or everybody you hear is a lawyer. Everybody has a law degree. I have a bachelor's degree in law, but that don't mean anything. But everybody you see on TikTok is not a lawyer. My friend of a friend that knew a friend that worked for a friend that he was a friend of a friend and that friend of a friend knew how to spell the word law. No, absolutely not. Do I think Diddy is ratting? I don't think he's ratting. I think he's just he's singing a new song. I'm looking here at this news. Jeez. I talked to you a couple weeks ago about Trump. Some of the things that he had said. I have not had a chance to hear him tonight. What he was saying. But I will tell you this. Kamala's been very, very quiet. The Biden administration has been very, you remember at first it was all over him, and of course now there's pictures floating around of Tampon Tim giving everybody the middle finger and yada, yada, yada. And then you got the restaurant, with Philadelphia, where the heck it was, that wouldn't let J.D. Vance in there because they don't support him. I say give people the American treatment. In American treatment. Stop doing business. This is DC's way. I tell you this over and over and over. Stop doing business with people that do not have your same. They want your money. They want you to patronize their businesses. They want your money, but they'll openly disgrace you and openly talk about you, talk about your candidacy, your candidate. Not your candidacy, but your candidate. Talk about that, make fun of, oh, you got a MAGA hat? Oh, you must be retarded. And then they have a Mongoloid kid running around and they're calling you retarded. Give me a break. It's ridiculous. Stop doing business with people that don't have the same heart. Stop doing business with people or companies that are supporting molesters. How about that? Stop supporting. Oh, it's horrible. I just can't believe these people being sex trafficking. But let me go back and give this company more money. No. Stop. Just like I said earlier, we need to stop waiting on FEMA. Stop waiting on people. Well, stop waiting on the government to show up. And we as Americans show up and just show the government how it's really done. That's how you do that. That's why our voice here, I say our voice because I'm not in this alone. Yeah, I'm here and I'm taking care of business and I'm doing what I have to do. But, I'm here for our voice to get out, for the truth to get out. Because for so long, we've been so controlled by mainstream media. If it ain't on NBC News, it ain't law. If it ain't on CNN, it ain't law. And all these years later, we've been crying and going, hey, they're a bunch of loon balls. No, they're not. Don't talk about my news like that. And now you're going, they're crazy. Taylor Swift's going down too. Absolutely. There's a lot of people. Last week started getting really, really quiet. And this week, it's really going to be good. A lot of these people have jumped on planes and taken off. Let me just tell you a little secret. It's between me and you, DC, and you, the listener. We know exactly where they are. We have them tracked. You can take your transponder off if you want to. Still got your ass. They can go off to remote hideaways. We still got them. We coming for them too. We coming for them. Oh, I've been hearing it for 4 years now. Go back to your cave. Because it's going down, and it has been. Elites, movie stars, where the heck you want to call them, have all been fleeing in fear. CEOs resigning, politicians resigning or retiring, news people, Hoda, retiring, or saying that she's fired or whatever else you want to say. Can I tell you what? Let me tell you a little secret. This whole thing coming down this week with the threat of them shutting our country down. People going to be begging for food, begging for water because the ports have shut down. Listen to DC. Have I been wrong yet, guys? Nope. And I ain't about to start. It's all a distraction. It's all distractions. I told you last week and the week before that. This week was a month ago. This week will start what's going to be happening. Okay, we've heard it. And what happens? The crap hits the fan. DC was right. Oh my God. The week after that, I say, I hate to break it to you guys. I hate to say it, but I told you so. And I'm telling you one more time again. It's only getting better and better. It may look like it's all in a crap hole because of the presentation that everybody wants to give of doom and gloom. Oh, but I've heard there's not going to be an election. Okay. And what's the main story here? Seriously. What's the big story that I'm missing here? We may not have an election. Okay. Big deal. They're still buckling down DC right now. When I say buckle down, I'm talking about like really buckling down with like barricades and all kinds of crap. Oh, but DC, it ain't gonna be the Brunson case because that's already happened. Oh, you're really mistaken. You better learn your law. You better learn how to research things. You better believe it. October surprise. And as Kim Clement said, hypnotic November. Guys, this is a great time to be an American. Like a true red-blooded American. I'm talking about an American that loves the flag. An American that says, man, I love my country. Even though we have a shit show going on all the time, I still love my country because we're better than this. I believe we're going to be greater than this. Yeah, we got all this stuff going on. We got people stranded. You know, I ain't going to wait on the government. We as Americans, we the people are going to step up and help people. I don't care if they're white, black, yellow, green. I don't care. Now, if they're a migrant, I may have a little trouble with that one there. But if they're stranded, I'm still going to probably do the American thing and try to help people, right? Because I don't want them in my neighborhood. Who will be the first public arrest? Thoughts? Obama. That's who I think. I don't think. Now this is you're asking me a question. I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not giving you fact. I'm giving you my opinion here because some things I can say, some things I can't say. I don't think the first arrest. I don't think it's going to be before we vote Donald Trump in as president. I think it's going to be after. Because just because Donald Trump goes in as the president, he's already the commander-in-chief, but just because he goes in as the president doesn't mean everything just stops and, oh man, let's go pick some strawberries. No, not at all. It's just beginning. Then I heard somebody today say, DC, let me ask you this question. So I've heard that the deep state has it already set up for the Antichrist to come in November. How do you feel about that? Okay, I feel the same way I feel now. He can go suck a monkey's leg. I don't care. Yeah, but they are saying Kamala's not getting in, and they are saying that Trump's not going to be in, and they are saying that Jared Kushner's going to show up and he's going to be the Antichrist. Well, no. Let me tell you how I know. Because Bible prophecy has not been completely fulfilled yet. And smoke that in your pipe. It's amazing. Everybody knows law and everybody's a Bible theologian. They don't go to church. And they don't practice law. Yep, goose Uncle Monkey's leg. I almost slipped and said something else, but I got people that DC, you shouldn't say, and I have to really be careful because I get wound up. But yeah, we're going to continue to see politicians step down. I'm going to play you something here in a second. It's going to probably blow you away. Politicians to step down. And not only that, people suiciding themselves. Now, I am going to play you this. If I can find it here. Jeez. Got myself wound up and yeah. Boy, oh boy. Man, sometimes y'all need to pray for me. I get so wound up. Okay. I'm going to give you, I'm going to tie all this in together. Those of you that want Gitmo, I'm about to give you the Gitmo kick in the nuts here in a second. It's great. It's fantastic, guys. Listen to this. Listen to this that I'm about to read to play you. And I'm about to tell you the purpose behind this. Okay? So here we go.
From Capitol Hill. So we are just over 40 days away from arguably the most important election in American history. And now Congress is pushing forward a proposed 28th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. A new amendment right now, 40 days before the election. You can't make this up. It used to be that the deep state forces sort of operated in the shadows. We didn't know what they were doing. And now they're operating sort of right out in the public.
Let me stop here. I agree, but I disagree with this guy because he's calling it deep state, that the deep state's doing this. I do not believe that.
Force feeding information right to our members of Congress and force feeding it to the Mockingbird media. Congress is openly telling us right now that they are prepping for a mass casualty event.
Okay, one more thing here. Presentation. If they can present something and say it's the deep state, because why? We're all already sold on the deep state, right? We're all like, oh yeah, deep state. Oh, hang them by the noose, drag them by the bumper of your car, take them out back of Alabama and drive them up a hill there, or wherever it be. Those of you in Alabama, you don't know who I am. I used to be a law enforcement officer in Alabama years ago. I know how it works. I remember being in those small town USA. Drive through there at nighttime, pitch black. Me and other officers go around through there, point our flashlights to the tops of the buildings where the builders would put their mark on, and still have swastikas on some of those buildings. No lie. But anyway, that was free.
In Washington, D.C. Yes, mass assassinations of our members of Congress. I'm talking over 100 members of Congress killed in a single event. They're preparing for it, according to the Washington Post, and now confirmed by Politico. A bipartisan group of congressmen are suddenly concerned about the nation's preparedness for a catastrophic event. They're rolling out a plan for the 28th Amendment, called the Continuity Amendment. Continuity of Government Amendment. So get this. They would allow members of Congress to be rapidly replaced in the event that 100 or more of them are suddenly killed. Because when you see these headlines from like the Washington Post and you read these stories from Politico, I want all of you to go a layer deeper. What's the real goal here? First of all, it's to scare you, number one, right? That's what they're hoping to do, to scare you. Who knows if there's some sort of a false flag? Who the hell knows? Anyway, their main goal is to scare you. And then you want to go a layer deeper and find out exactly what they're trying to do here. So if 100 members of Congress are suddenly killed, no election would be needed, according to this new continuity of government plan. No election. Instead, no voters involved in a mass change of our government. Not at all.
Let me stop here. You hear what he just said? There would be no election then. If there was a mass thing that happened and it killed, what? Let me ask you this. Why would they even think about Congress members and saying they were assassinated? Over at least 100 of them. We have to make a preparedness thing here because of this. Think of that.
No voters allowed. Sound familiar? Like, I don't know, the Obama coup that just removed President Biden from the ticket from running for office again without any voting by Democratic voters, placed Kamala Harris as the presumptive nominee.
Yes.
Sound familiar?
That happened in
voters.
The year 2024.
We had a coup in the United States a few weeks ago. A Democratic coup in the United States a few weeks ago. And they removed a sitting president from the ticket, replaced him with their new puppet. And they did it all without you voting anything. It's amazing, actually. Sounds like something you'd hear about in North Korea, and we'd be mocking it. But no, it happened right here. Right now, the current rules necessitate special elections to fill vacant seats.
Isn't it funny? We think that the Donbass region, they voted to join Russia. They voted over 80%, and they said, and the United says that's a sham election. The people didn't really want it. We don't, unless we see that everyone votes, then we don't respect it. That's what the Democrats say. Kamala Harris gets 0 votes. Legit.
Right.
Totally cool.
Someone in our chat just said, let me scroll back up here. Says someone, sounds like, Autumn Hill says they sound like they're pulling a Ukraine. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. They're pulling a Ukraine. So get this. This would allow members of Congress to be rapidly replaced in the event that 100 or more of them are suddenly killed. No election needed, no voters involved at all. Right now, the current rules necessitate special elections to fill vacant seats, right? A member of Congress dies in a plane crash. Special election. A member of Congress dies in a car crash. Special election. America has had hundreds of special elections since the late 1700s. And they're actually fascinating. If you want to actually dive deep into all of the special elections, they're really interesting. Some people just choose not to serve. Like they're elected and they're like, nah, I'm not going to serve. Oh, okay, now we need to have a special election. Others died in car crashes, mysterious circumstances. So we've had hundreds of these over the years. Back since the 1700s, we've dealt with it. But now, suddenly, 40 days before an election, Congress is really focused on this. Red flags everywhere. So,
okay. I'm done listening to this dude's voice. Y'all have asked, is there going to be an election? That right there is one reason that there wouldn't be an election. But let me stop here because many will be like, well, gosh, we're going to be under attack now. Oh my gosh, and the panic. Oh no, it's called presentation. Listen to DC, presentation. Because, listen, these fuckers, I'm sorry guys, these suckers are going to get Mo real soon. And they're going to try to plan something. Do you understand the plan now? Do you see what's happening? They know they're caught. They know they're freaking caught. And those that haven't been Gitmo'd yet know they're on the list. They're on the list. And they're going down. They're freaking going down. But I don't see nothing happen, DC. I don't see nothing happen. Well, you can sit at home and not see them, but I'm going to have a DC party real quick. Yeah. Woo, they going to Gitmo, baby. Yeah. Daggone right. That's the American dream. You screw the American people over for years and you're going to get it given to you. The reason why they're pushing for this right now is because when there is a mass exit of political leaders, there has to be a backup plan for new ones to come in immediately. You hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? When is there going to be? I don't want to hear it one more time. DC, is there going to be an election? I've told you, it's either going to be Brunson or some major event that's going to seem like all hell's broken loose. And all it is doing is what he just said.
We're just over 40 days away from arguably the most important election in American history, and now Congress is pushing forward a proposed 28th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, my God. Oh my God. But is there going to be an election? Good Lord have mercy, guys. It's explosive because when they are actually now making contingency plans for the death of over 100 Congress members, it's not because do you not think they would be in a bunker if they thought they was about to be targeted and assassinated by another country? Think about the logic on this. Let me tell you a little tiny secret. Somebody just typed it in there. Before I get it, the white hats are definitely in control. Absolutely in control. For those that say they're not in control, go somewhere else and believe it somewhere else. But they are in control. That's why we are openly seeing them now. They're suiciding themselves. They're resigning. You have now all the crap's hitting loose with the Diddy crap. Oh, and let me tell you something about Diddy. I did my own research on this. How could he have all these kids? Because I've seen all the videos of the kids that were the, the party favors is what they called them, which was underage kids on a table, and whatever happened to them, happened to them. Because you have nothing but a bunch of perverts that come in and pretty much just rape kids. That's basically it. And everybody sits around and laughs and, oh, that's so funny. You keep laughing, bucko. You keep laughing. You're right. You fuck around and find out. We'll show you. You ain't seen a storm like the American people storm. You're worried about going to prison the rest of your life? You better be worried that the Patriot don't grab hold of your neck. That's what you better be afraid of. That's why Q said there will come a time when these people will be afraid to walk down the street. They won't be able to walk down the street without people about wanting to beat the crap out of them. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That is the way we roll in America. You mess with our kids, that's the last time you mess with our kids. If you even consider messing with the kid, that's the last time you're going to consider messing with the kid. Because in America, we don't put up with that crap. And the ones that put up with that crap and put that stuff on are pathetic and need to be done away with. Period. They need to be executed. I said it. You won't say it because you're scared to death, but I ain't scared. If I ever die, it'll be because I was telling the truth. Now, I don't plan on dying anytime soon. They have hung themselves, and they know they're going to get Mo. They know it. They know it. That's why they're trying to pass this now, before the election. Because either way, before the election or after the election. Because if it happens after the election, then everybody's going to blame Donald Trump. Donald Trump sent them all to get Mo. Try to raise up another uprising. But if they make it optics, we've talked about this over and over. Optics. The optics are, if we blame it on another country, then we can get more sympathizing, right? So my death won't be in vain. No one cares about your death, you bunch of perverts. And let me tell you another little secret that I dug into. How in the heck did Diddy or any of these perverts get all these children? Get all of them. I know for a freaking fact, I've seen it myself. About 65% of the children that Diddy got come out of the state of California. You know, little Susie that was taken away from her mom and dad because they fought or was on drugs. Because it's the safe thing to do. To take them out of the home and let's just let Diddy have them. When they made the comments online, you probably haven't seen it yet, but I will. I may get in trouble for saying I don't give a crap. When they would say, we got fresh meat coming to the party. We got fresh meat coming to the party. They actually meant fresh children coming that haven't been messed with yet because it was exciting to them. Yep, I'm saying it. DC, you should be praying for Daddy. He has a soul. He does, but I'm not his God. And I'm not his judge. I'm just a wishful thinker. I hope Bubba grabs a hold of his butt and tears it all to pieces up in there. I'm not lying. I hope he gets back 100-fold of what he dished out to our children. And for anybody that would sit back and go, well, we just can't do that because and you would take it for a rapist, you're just as bad as them. Just as bad. Because here's the thing. It's been our own, oh my gosh, our own government. It's been not only our own government, it's been our own city governments. The people that our taxpayers, it's CPS coming in to take care of little Jimmy and Johnny. You know, next thing you know, little Jimmy and Johnny are just up and vanished like a fart in the wind and we don't know what happened. We just don't know what happened to them. Sort of like all those children that have come over and Kamala has no answer for where all those thousands of children have disappeared to. But America, that's the only place you can go and rape kids and get by with it, right? Because you're a big superstar. Nope. Not in my America. In my America, we hang you up by your toenails. Is what we do. In America that I live in, yeah, God can forgive you, but you're still going to pay the price for what you've done. You can ask for repentance all day long, but I'm not the one that's going to forgive your sins. God Almighty is. I'm just going to be the one that brings the punishment. And I'm saying all this because people have screwed around in America for years and gotten by with it. These movie stars, politicians, presidents, ex-presidents, their wives, their husbands. So are the days of like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The days of Noah in the end time. That's what it'll be like. And that's where we are, guys. So when something comes up, don't go panicking. Oh, is EBS going to happen because something just happened to Congress? Oh my gosh. I just played you what they're doing. The mass exodus that's about to happen with them, that they themselves are planning for. That they are planning for is not because of some other entity. Be sure your sins will find you out. And on this case, you have executive orders that Donald Trump put into place that we've already went over 5 billion times that are still into place and have continued to be renewed because he's the commander-in-chief. Whether you believe it or not, I don't give a crap. And if it was not for those executive orders, all this, do you understand this? It even goes further than just child trafficking and abuse and all this. This comes down to election interference, guys. Because it was Diddy saying, y'all better vote for Obama. Y'all better vote for Kamala. You better. And isn't it funny that Hollywood comes out and what do? I'm voting for Kamala. When all of them used to beg Trump to support him. Who the frick is texting me? Jesus. It's unbelievable. But for them to, I'm telling you, this show, you all should share the crap out of this 50 times a day. I don't care. 13818. You got that right. That's the executive order. There's no way anybody can argue with me and say it's different. Not a way. Because everything goes boom, boom, boom into place the way it is supposed to be and the way it is, and no one's made it up. It's strictly facts, not opinions. And by being that way, we have truth. And the truth shall set you free. Mentally, too, set you free. Because when this crap comes down and you go, man, something happened. Man, we got to replace over 100 of them now. What happened to them? And they're going, well, Russia came in and did this and this, and they got poisoned, or this happened, or there was a attack on D.C. and this happened. No, that's all optics. They're going to freaking Gitmo. They need me as a commentator when they broadcast this stuff someday. Let D.C. be the broadcast. Let him be the commentator. Well, here we go. We got Hillary now. Yeah, we got. Yeah, wow, look at her. Man, her eyes are popping out of her daggone head. Well, look at that. Yeah, blood's coming out of her ears. And yeah. Golly, she's squirming. Hey, Kamala. Hey, is that the way y'all used to do little kids? Make them squirm like that? Oh, my gosh, yeah. I'll do it. I'll freaking do it. But right now, my job that I want to do is bring the truth to the American people. And I don't care who don't like it and who does like it. What about Pastor Larson? Somebody type it back in there, Monica. What were y'all saying about him? Somebody tell me what he did, what he said. But my job is to make sure the American people hear the right voice. Not the voice that's always trying to sell you things, sell you gold, want your income, want your 401ks, want to invest it for you. I just want to do that for you because I really. And then 3 months later, go, I think that it all crashed. Meanwhile, I'm driving a brand new Tesla because give me a break, give me a freaking break. And those people are freaking under investigation right now, and they don't even freaking know it. I'm not mad. I'm just excited because I know it's about to end. We're so close. And if they try, and I know the one thing that troubled me, and I said this, I'm honest with you guys, is the one thing that Trump come out and says, Springfield will be the last one for me. Maybe the last time you see me again. But I got to do what I got to do. So it kind of leaves an open edge thing there, like a double-edged sword. DC, the MC of the Gitmo Hour. You're daggone right, man. I'll light it up like white on rice, man. It'll be a... Okay, I see. And that's the thing, is I'm not on here. You won't go hear me get on here and just bash other people, but I will bash the message if it's wrong, because I'm passionate about the American people knowing truth. That's it. That's it. Also, just let you know, I know a lot of people that for a while Nathan Wade was running loose. They couldn't get a hold of him because he was the lover of of DA Fannie Willis and all that junk. And he's been caught by U.S. Marshals. And for those of you that go, oh, well, Operation Legend was gone years ago, won't you ask yourself that question again? Because some say it was stopped. And it may have been for a split second. But they caught his ass. Everything you're told is not the truth. You should know that by now. You got the railroad. You got all this going on. You even got the railroad that's now refusing to load cargo to send it across the United States for fear that it's not even going to be unloaded when it gets to its destination. I believe the strike is going to happen, and I may be wrong. I believe it's going to happen, but not to be don't be all bent out of shape over it. We may enter our 10 days of darkness, but it may not be as dark as what you're thinking it's going to be, because we've been sold this bill of goods that the 10 days of darkness is coming. And when it comes, our electric's going to be out. We'll have no communication. And this is how double-minded people are. And I'm about ready to close this thing down, but double-minded. This how the logic of this is just goofy. The logic. 10 days of darkness, the power's going to go out. But EBS is going to come on the TV and say, buckle in place, everybody. Make sure you... seriously. Yeah. When people say that, I just roll my eyes. Because I'm like, that no logic in that. No logic in that. Yeah. EBS is going to sound and power's all out, but EBS is going to sound. Really? You're not going to have your cell phone coverage because everything's down. All the towers are out. Everything electronics out. But then EBS is going to come across your phone. Guys. Somebody just said something in here that I was about ready to say. Who said that? Rosebud. I do believe that. I believe that the 10 days of darkness is not for, oh boy, it's not for who you think it's for. It's for the evil, not for the righteous. Buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up. Yeah, JFK Jr. will make the food and we eat better. I mean, seriously. People are goofy. Buckle up, I'm telling you. We're starting October. And then we're going into Hypnotic November. Hypnotic November, I believe, is going to be the healing spot for America. I do. I really do. That doesn't mean crazy stuff ain't going to happen, because it's going to happen, because we're living in America. That's what it's about. Goofy people, right? Dumb people do dumb things. But I believe we're heading into October here. And October is truly the Red October, where we hunt those who need to be hunted, and they are absolutely get mode. You don't have to believe it. I don't even care. Because I know. And those that say, oh, it ain't going to happen, are the same ones that are now listening to the program that 2 years ago wouldn't listen to me on Brad Barton. I can't believe he's done that, Dap. Hang on a second, guys. Hello? Hey, can I call you back? I'm on the radio. Thank you. There you go. That's how you handle that, guys. That just show you how raw it is right now. Good God, I'm in flip-flops and a pair of pajamas. Letting it fly out here. Good Lord. Yep. Thank you so much. And Brad is a great guy. Love Brad. Love his content. Keep us in your prayers. Tomorrow won't be on here. I went way long tonight. Sorry, guys. This is a replay for those of you that got in on the tail end. Even if you missed 10%, you missed a lot. Great show. Right. Yeah. And some will say, oh, the rapture is going to take place. Nope. Anyone that's saying all this stuff, end time stuff, to frighten you and to do that, fear is not of God. Okay. Y'all know that, right? Fear is not of God. And also the trump of this is sounding, the trump of this and trump of this. Listen, if you're so well knowledged and well educated in theological things, you know for a fact it ain't the time. Doesn't mean that things ain't being set in place, but it's not the time. This is not the time to be scared and to walk into this election going, oh gosh, are we going to win? We win already. We have already won. The devil is defeated. We have won. Period. 1,000%. That doesn't mean you sit back and take the back street and go, well, I'm going to vote because DC said we won. No, you get your butt out and you vote. But we win. We win, we win, and we win. We're going to do this thing, man. Our voice needs to grow stronger and stronger, and it is. I'm glad that we didn't just do like some places, some people overnight, they have 100,000 people in there. Yeah, it's nice, but really, we want like-minded people that want to learn, people that believe the same way, and people that have the same goals that we want to make America great again. Like I said, tomorrow I won't be on. I'll be back on Tuesday, and it's Jubilee time. You're daggone right. Jubilee time. Get a chance, go check us out, eiobn.com. Check us out there. All of our social media links are on there. Also, there's a place to donate. You click the donate button. We greatly appreciate it. That is how we stay afloat and pay our bills here. And it's how I don't take a salary for this. I do this because I just love what I do here. And when I fully retire, I'll probably do this and still go hunt down what I said before. I want my job to be where I go hunt down these trafficked kids and find them, bring them home, make sure the people that did it pay for it. Hey, call myself the Equalizer Show, right? I'm just kidding. Jesus. All right, guys. Have a great night. Have a great week this week. Remember, we're going into October. This could be, I believe we're going to see it. This could be the month of the 10 days of darkness, but it's not 10 days of darkness for you, my friend. It's 10 days of darkness for evil. Understand? Get you some sleep tonight. Smile when you lay down. Thank God that you lay down. Go, God, I thank you that you have won this battle for us, because it's win. Because we all win. Understand? All right. Catch y'all Tuesday, 1 p.m. From 1, that's Eastern time, 1 to 2:30ish. And y'all have a great night. Get some sleep.